I think we live. Oh, it looks like we are live. What's power? What's power? What's going on? We're going to give it about 15 minutes or so just to get everybody in here for the live stream. Thank you if you are joining me wherever you're joining me from, whether that's Facebook Live, whether it's Twitch. Hold on just a second. I forgot I got to mute my part. Let me get the audio together. But yeah. How are y'all doing? I got a little bit of Nero playing. I'm not the master when it comes to audio neither. So if there's any reverb, let me know. What's going on, man? How do I sound? That's probably all I really got to do. Perfect. Welcome. If y'all just now joining us, please like the video. If you're on YouTube, share and subscribe. Please and thank you. That helps keeps the stream going. Tonight, I am doing a solo stream. I'm very sorry, as well as Nero, sorry for last week. Out of nowhere, Nero ended up being sick. What's going on? Keontae, DSOG Mental. I hope I said that right. What's good? What's power? Like I said, I'm manning this stream tonight solo. I really wanted my brother to be here with me and talk about this, but he's currently recovering from being sick. Nonetheless, he'll be back next week. So will the audio pod. For those of y'all who missing the audio pod right now, because I know some people just don't be having all the time in the world to, get up on here and watch the live streams. So, thank you for being patient with us. I know it's been kind of slow, but yeah, I was actually sick myself for a little bit after I came back from vacation. So, it's been weird. Then you got this Delta wave COVID stuff going on. It's getting wild in these streets. It's getting wild. Oh, we got 7 people in here. Y'all came in here early. That's what I'm talking about. On time, black people. I love it. And everybody else that's not black, thank you also for tuning in. I just had to throw that little... Y'all know how we be. But it's Jerome. Oh, okay. Because that's your YouTube channel. What's power, King? How you be? How are you doing? What's going on, Keontae? What's up? Y'all tap in. Who's here? Who's here with us? My counter said we got 7 folks up in here. I hope I look good on the camera too. I mean, I'm King Ugly, but that's a different story. But I hope y'all can see me well. Looks like everything's coming in clear. The music in the background is Nero Angelo, one half of the Black in a Minute podcast. Since he in the chat, I will let him put his own links to his own music. Y'all can jam out to the stuff that y'all hearing in the background. It's cold. My guy be putting down some bars, okay? Spoiler, I might drop a little bit on something on the live stream tonight. I might. I've been working on something, y'all. I got something special actually handcrafted for tonight's episode. Plot twist. Okay, 10 people. What's going on, 10? How y'all be? What's power? Who up in here with me? Who is with me tonight? Shoot. Y'all let me know if the music's too loud. I think I got it in a decent volume, though. For real, for real. But if it isn't, please let me know. I don't want to be messing up nobody, ears, whatever. Okay. Okay, we got some people from Facebook, we got some people from YouTube, and we got one or two people from Twitch. I hope y'all having a good night. You sound fine to me. Cool. Excuse me. I just want to make sure because you normally do this. So I had to whip it up real good. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all been having a good week. I hope work ain't been too stressful. I hope at home life ain't been too stressful. If you got kids, I hope the kids ain't killed you yet. Of course, emotionally, because if they killed you physically, you wouldn't be here in the stream with us. Welcome, y'all. Black in a Minute is back. We only missed a week. Don't worry. What's power? What's going on? It's Marie Clayton. How you doing? I didn't mean to say your whole name. I'm one of those, I got glasses on, but like I got stuff projected up, so I might still look like I can't see, but I'm here. I'm there. All right. Thank y'all for joining. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Definitely share. I want to get people in this discussion. I might even pull some people in. We gonna see. Tonight gonna be a little bit experimental. I know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try some things tonight. LOL, you good? Cool. Dude. Cool, man. Tonight we are talking the concept of soulmates. I've been having little conversations here and there with various people about this topic. Been trying to gauge some opinions, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop talking to everybody and talk to everybody. And this is the Black in a Minute podcast, where we talk about societal issues. It's just well as different type of discussions that people are having within society and culture. So it's only right that if I want to have a discussion with y'all, I want to rap with y'all, I'm gonna bring it here. It's one of the reasons why me and Nero Angelo started this. We wanted to be able to talk to you, the people. So we actually got a decent amount of people in, at least relative to what I expected at this time. So we're gonna wait about like another 6-7 minutes. So about quarter after 7:15, we're gonna really get it cracking with the main discussion. And I got a little bit of bars for y'all. Like I said, anybody familiar with the audio pod knows that one of the recurrent themes of our audio pod is before we talk about a topic, we typically give an intro or a poem or Iliad of sorts to kind of get y'all minds going before we really delve into a topic. And so I've decided that I'm gonna drop some bars for y'all before we really get into the meat and potatoes. But before we do that, we're just gonna let a few people come in. We just recently launched the Twitch. So we do have a Twitch. For those of y'all who prefer that avenue, you can go there and follow us as well. There will be further developments coming with it as well as the times go past. Have a topic you can touch on or ideas. Yes, I don't know, you might have missed it, but the actual topic that we're talking tonight about is soulmates. We're talking about the concept of soulmates. Anybody that actually read the description, if you didn't, that's okay. I asked a few questions. One of the questions I wanted y'all to think about is, do you actually believe in soulmates? And do you feel like you've met your soulmate? Also, if you haven't, what does one do, or how does one go about actually finding their soulmate? These are some questions I want y'all to think about tonight while we have this discussion, because they will come up later. But yeah, tonight we're talking soulmates. Jerome, we're talking soulmates. Y'all, please definitely like, comment, share the video. That's the only way we can get more people engaged in these. We can get these videos out to more eyes. Hell, we can go viral maybe. I want to have as many people, many mature people as possible to have these discussions, and technically even some immature, because I feel like all opinions are worth hearing, even if they're not valuable. So, you know, we get a little. So, let's see. If you guys are curious about any of the tunes playing, just let me know. Um, right now we listening to Hotline. This is Nero Angelo featuring Kayla Goins, and they killed this. It's a nice little bop too, for real, for real. Nero, where you at? I know you in the comments. Push your ish. Let's see here. So let's see what we got. Let's see. I hope y'all are enjoying this. Tonight's gonna be pretty fun, man. I wanted to talk about something a little bit more relaxed, but also thought provoking. And I feel like any kind of subjects about, um, you know, love and relationships tend to really strike a chord with people. I mean, on the greater scheme of things, it's how we push society, literally speaking, forward. So I think these topics tend to be very thought provoking as well as controversial at times because of some of the different opinions that we have regarding them. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to talking about it with y'all tonight because I swear, like, when it comes to me, any of y'all that have been that follow me personally, or whether you follow me through Black in a Minute, y'all know me. I tend to say ludicrous things sometimes. And by ludicrous, I mean unpopular things. And I want to get into it about this soulmate stuff, man, because I got a few different opinions. But, oh man, we got 12 people in here. What's going on, y'all? Let me know if you in here and where you at. What's power? Shoot. I'm ready to get into it. I missed y'all last week. I had some things on my mind, but I wasn't feeling good, and neither was Nero. Nero's still recovering, so he is with us though in the chat, or at least he's gonna try to be. But tonight you got you got me, but that's okay though, because we talking soulmates tonight. For those of y'all who do not know me, I go by the DarksKing Poet. That's dark skin with a G on the end. And for those of y'all who are familiar with my work, Nero's a rapper, and I myself am a poet, if you didn't catch that from the name. And with that, I do a lot of writing, of course, and I typically do a lot of spoken word. Sometimes I have speeches here and there. That's my lane that I stick into. That's what I like. I'm a writer by nature, and I'm a talker by nature. And so, okay, Carl. You made me say your name wrong and everything. You came in off the cuff. No such thing as soulmates. I'm sorry. I got to attach like a Karen, swing my finger type attitude to that. Because for some reason, I'm getting very Karen vibes off that. You even put a hashtag in the chat. That's how I know you mean business about that. But we going to get into it. But for those of y'all who know me when it comes to my poetry and stuff, I don't do beats or anything when I speak. And I want to share this with y'all. I want to get y'all minds going. And man, this is fresh too. By fresh, I mean a couple of hours fresh. I was preparing everything for this episode, and then I just got in my writing bag. And at this point, if you're not in, you're about to miss out. But I want to perform something for y'all that I wrote before we get into the main discussion. Let me get some water real quick. And this is live, so I might mess up. It is what it is. I ain't tripping on it. I just want to put these words out to y'all. It might help somebody. It might put someone that's in a bad mood in a good mood. Or it might just make you think. I don't know. The title of this poem is called Mating Souls. It's in my soul to mate with topics to which require further optics. So this art spit my brain logic in order to love someone Usain Bolt heart picks. Do you like me? I don't know what love is, but am I blind if I see you out of sight? My tourist, whatever you it and what you doing, but if this be reality, I need to describe what lies inside of me. I don't quite understand the principles here. Nonetheless, I'm too cool for schooling the lovely fool, and even if feelings could be shooketh, the only thing I get is if this booty be the treasure island where my golden eyes land. Picture a parachuter jumping from plane movements to happily forever ruling with royalty, and loyalty must be my kingly duties with this cutie. The truth could be, then again, to mate with my presence, followed by my essence, rings the alarm to that finger if I put on my arm this here charm. Hold on. The feeling be mutual like melanin movies go. But is this a movie though? Slow motion pictures. This is for a second. Her projection is even cooler in my reflection. Such a suggestion is quite the direction. That may be my soul could be reflected. But is that real though? Man, I don't know. But I'm only mating feelings with a topic if I feel it in my soul. Power. That's called Mating Souls. I don't know if I'm done with it though, but that's what I got so far for it. I am gonna put that on SoundCloud so y'all can hear that in this more polished form. And the next time that I have an event, which will either be next month, well, it'll probably be, I'm doing something in August and I'm going to be doing something in September. Stay tuned for news regarding that. If you're lucky enough, you may be able to come out in public and hear poems just like that and some of my other bars. No beats when I speak. I do this completely spoken word a cappella because I want you to hear and ingest everything that I'm saying. I want you to listen. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get on to the topic at hand. We got about 12, 13 people. I need y'all to like this thing. I need you to share it. I need you to comment if you in here, if you got an opinion. The topic tonight is the concept of soulmates. Soulmates. Cara already started us off telling us that there's no such thing as soulmates. Chat. Do I have any disagreements to that? Before I go in and say what I feel on here, I want to know what y'all are thinking because I know what I think. I'm the one who thought it. I think you have multiple soulmates. Okay, all right, Marie. All right, okay. Multiple soulmates. Okay. So I got no such thing as soulmates. I got multiple soulmates. Keontae, like you already know, he like, bruh, I'm not even gonna get on my heel and talk to you. You already know, bruh. Okay. Well, okay. So I basically got like two for soulmates are real and one for no. So Cara, you say there's no such thing as soulmates. And since that is the minority of opinions I see so far, I want to know why you feel that way. You said no such thing. Why do you feel that way? And while you're thinking about that and taking your time to respond, Nero says, I think that any one soulmate can exist for a person at and for that moment in time. Okay. Okay. So that's basically multiple soulmates as well, to a degree. Okay. 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 But just like love itself as an emotion, it's highly viable and volatile. All right, sir. All right, sir. I see what you're doing. You putting the bars in the chat. I see what you're doing. I see you. Okay. Okay. Well, so I've been questioning the concept of soulmates personally. And here's my thing. For me, typically when I hear people talk about soulmates, it sounds like what they're describing is a person that they have deep affection or love for. And I'm cool with that. So far, so good, right? But then there's there seems to be this whole recurrent theme of, at least half the time, for some reason, these soulmates are not together. And that lack of togetherness, I guess, for me, makes me question the concept. Because at least the way my mind works, I'm thinking a soulmate probably is somebody that you love to some degree. I would think. But also when I hear soul and mates, what instantly comes to my mind is being bounded in some way, shape, or form to someone. Like it just like reeks connection. And it almost makes me feel, at least the way most people talk when I hear them talk, like it's some sort of, almost like it's some sort of inevitable yet divine connection between two people that can't truly be explained. And at that point, I'm just like, well, if you can't really explain it, how do you know that's what it is? Right? Because to Nero's point earlier, I feel like love gets conflated with people's concept of what they view as a soulmate, too. Marie says, but there are different types of love. Okay. Keontae says, I think people who have a base in religion are more likely to believe. Okay, so here's my thing. Okay. Marie, question for you. Is a soulmate a different type of love-based connection? And to Keontae, as far as you know, to your best level of understanding, is the term soulmate even rooted in something biblical at all? Because I'd venture to say that it isn't. So, and I think that matters, because I think you can make more of an argument like that if it is definitely something that has, roots in that sector. But so because I'm sure there's people who believe in soulmates that, that are atheists, for example, right? Even with marriage and other things like that. But these soulmates y'all got, I hope y'all with them, because the way I'm looking at it is like, what good is it if you're not and you can't be with them? To me, how do you discern something like that from an obsession with someone or a crush? Are these things definitely mutual? Have some of y'all in the comment section ever been told by someone else that you're their soulmate, but maybe you didn't feel that way? Kara says, I do think you can have an unexplained connection with someone, but I just don't believe in soulmates. Marie says that treat like family. Okay, family love. Uh-oh. Kiki, what's power? What's happening? I think some people place their expectations and wants into a person trying to mold them into something they want, when I think it's more of a person you need. Ooh, bombs over Baghdad. Okay. That's that meat and potatoes right there. You put a whole meal in the damn chat. I like that. I like what you said right there. I like what you said right there. Because that's the thing, right? I think when we think about the immediate thought, at least for most people, of the bonding and connection part of what's supposed to be a soulmate, and we just look at the two words themselves, right? There's definitely this idea, like within the wording of it itself, that says mutual, because the word mates is in there. And when we think of mates, we think of pairs, couples, etc., which for the most part describes two. And at least in our general culture, two people that feel the same way for each other. So it's like, okay, there definitely probably has to be some mutualism there. Kara, I have had obsessions, but I think it's just wanting to conquer the challenge. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I like that. Okay. Keontae says, I don't think so, but just based off of your response, people could view it as the same as religion, attempting to find a fault to discredit its existence. Well, true. But even if we look at the concept of what religion is, that is faith-based. So, you know, when we talk about having faith in something, we're not necessarily talking about having proof of something existing. So there's a thought right there too. And a lot of times when people don't have things like tangible proof or evidence of something, it makes it that much harder to disbelieve. So yeah, you definitely are right in a sense. Aaron Lee, what's up, brother? What's going on, partner? Glad to see you here. I feel soulmates is a connection in the mind, body, and soul level. That's just me though. Man, because that right there, does that hit different than love? Is that deeper than love though? When y'all conceptualize soulmates in y'all mind, y'all love these people, right? Is that the feeling that you have for these people? Or is it deeper than that? Does this concept of soulmates that most of y'all have, that you do believe in, does it supersede just having love for someone? Like, is there a difference between having a girlfriend and boyfriend and having a soulmate? Can those be two different people? And if so, why not the soulmate instead of the person you chose for the boyfriend or girlfriend? Conte, based off a lack of experience, because it's personal. I have a soulmate. A soulmate doesn't mean it's perfect. True, but I guess where I'm getting at is we understand that humans are flawed. But we also acknowledge that when people attach soulmate to someone, they might not be talking about someone that they simply love, meaning there's a hierarchy. Something has to be better than something else. So what makes a soulmate any different from any old regular person that you love that is not a family member or a friend? That's what I'm looking for. Bring me to the promised land. I think those can be two different things. Okay. I hear you. Okay. Let's see. Youngo. What's good, Kings? I'm going to do some mad depression drinking tonight. Brother. Why? What's up? What's going on? We talking about soulmates. I hope that don't feed into what you're working on tonight. What's going on? Do you got to work? Do you got to drive? Do you got any responsibilities that you need to attain to in the morning? And please don't drink too much. Because I used to be a heavier drinker than I am now. And that was definitely one of my vices. Depression. I don't really mess with drinking like that like I used to no more. It's on rare special occasions. Keontae says, we choose to do the wrong thing every day. We have a choice to stay. We don't always choose right. Okay. Cara says, I'm connected to someone, not together, in parentheses. I've always had emotions, not love. Okay. Towards this person because he made me happy at one point in my life. And Cara, since you don't believe in the concept of soulmates, what identifying word do you think best describes what you just typed in the comment section? What does that mean for y'all situation? And or what does that make you, your role in that situation? What does that ultimately mean to you? If you were to summarize that up to a term, you know, an adjective, what does that describe? Marie, each soul needs to learn different experiences on this plane of existence, possibly. So that is why they don't end up together. Okay. I guess then because for me, right, where I'm stuck at is that I feel like the way it sounds, based off of what some of y'all are saying, it almost sounds like to a degree that soulmates are the people who you have deep love and affect, you know, admiration for, but for one reason or another, they can't be any closer to that than that. I would think that some people are actually with their soulmates, but at least for most of the people I've spoke with, they're not directly with them. And in some cases, they have a whole other people in their lives that, you know, they love and they're spending their lives with. Keontae said, if you're recalling a person from the past that you have a feeling for, they might be it. Are you sure? I want to challenge you on that, because how do I not know that that isn't like a trauma bond or something? Is it if it's good? If it's good memories and feelings for them, is that the discerning difference? Is that the discerning difference? Because if so, I could follow you a little bit more with that. Because people be having connections where they love folks, and the other person could feel that same way too, but it might not be healthy. That could be a reason, right? Are you doing yourself a favor by calling a person like that a soulmate? How is that helping you or them in any way, shape, or form? What do you truly get out of it? I guess. And don't your feelings change? Like, if they're not directly in your life, like, how do you maintain a soulmate connection? Ooh, you know what? Or a soul tie, because that's another phrase, a more modern version of soulmates that people use. That's a more modern term. Like, I'm sure all of us have heard of these soul tie things that are just extensions of soulmates. Cara said, I guess I add people to my branches in different stages of my life. Spiritual tree. Interesting. Okay. Kiara Tolbert, my mom and my dad they're your soulmates? Is that what you're saying? I just said you'd have to work that out. Cara, I guess I don't believe in soulmates because usually it's not mutual. Ooh. Okay. Let me get the music back going. Ain't nobody even say nothing. I wanted to keep the tunes going. I want to keep that Nero Angelo going in the background. Okay. Most people aren't mature enough to be with people who aren't even a soulmate. Correct. But some of those people who aren't mature enough to be with people that aren't even a soulmate still going around saying that people are their soulmates, right? So what's up with that? And I think for me, I just keep attaching this whole I feel like the people that you end up with, I feel like the people that you end up with in life, right, probably have a better case for actually being your soulmate than these other people that you, at least from my viewpoint, have crushes on, have mutual crushes on. Y'all interested in each other. I guess for me, I don't see why it matters that somebody would be your soulmate if besides having feelings for them, you don't get anything else out of it. Because I question how healthy that may be. I think that's my issue with it. Kiki says they dated in high school and broke up. After living their lives, having kids, by some force, they're now back together and happy. I think that worked out for them to grow to the persons that they need to be. No, they are soulmates. Yeah, I pieced it together. We got a decent little crowd compared to what I'm used to, and it's just me doing it. It's all catching up on the comments. But I'm glad you gave the context, because without you giving the context, I kind of just like, oh, she probably talking about her parents, I guess. But isn't what you describe spinning the block? That's another new age term that we say. Ain't that spinning the block? I'm just saying. Isn't that what we call that? I think soulmates are effortless to maintain. You find yourselves crossing paths. Soulmate doesn't equal perfect. Doesn't equal happily ever after. It could, but not always. If y'all grow enough to work together, it could be the best. But what I'm saying is how don't you know that you are not wrong about the other person being your soulmate when you've clearly went through the trials and tribulations you have with the person that you with? Like something has to fail in order for you to like everything has to keep failing, I guess, for you to more so maintain that conclusion. And you're not done living yet. So basically what I'm saying is that why would you be with someone while having even greater feelings for somebody else that you could be with instead? Is that really fair to whatever person that you would be dealing with? Like, could any of y'all imagine, right? Could any of y'all imagine being in a situation where, like, you care about somebody and they care about you, y'all are together in a relationship, but there's this other person, maybe the one that got away or whatever, right? Or the one you messed it up with, that you still have those feelings for, and they may have some feelings for you. How do both of those things coexist at the same time in a healthy manner? You're right. You definitely do, sir. You definitely do. Excuse me, y'all. I know these is, well, nah, this ain't no Shure mic. I was about to say this is Shure mic. This is Sterling Audio. Still good enough to catch a burp. I want to get that music back going. Oh yeah, I gotta cast it. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like when people attach and when people get attached to each other, and it's a very deep connection. Hold on, let me see what Kyra said. I think that when people say they have additional soulmates, I think they have different spiritual strongholds. Ooh, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Mm. Mm. What also stops? What also? If that's a book, okay. If that's a book, I'm definitely gonna look into it. Confirm that for me. Um, I saw a story on Instagram. I want to share this with y'all because I feel like it's relevant to the conversation. Marie says, because I feel everyone desires connection, and in the moment with your current partner, they satisfy that desire. Kara says, something to learn about if you didn't know about it. Okay. Got a recommended read, y'all. Put the title in the book, the author too, if you happen to know it, so people can look that up and definitely get some recommended reading. Um, I saw a story on Instagram the other day. Next time I'm gonna have it to where I can just share it with y'all in the stream. But basically, put it was a man and a woman that ended up being together for like 20 plus years. They had a couple of kids. They were only in their 40s. And the way the story starts says that they both were with someone else prior to each other. But what it doesn't explain is how they got to each other while both being with someone prior. That could mean anything. It could mean divorce. It didn't take them that long to get married. I think it was like 2 weeks worth of relationship, and then they were together or something like that. And then very shortly after, like a few months, they got married. And I'm just wondering, do the people involved in these situations where they have these soul ties and soulmate connections with folks, do they truly care about the people that might currently exist in their lives for one reason or another? Like if you settled for somebody, right, while still having a soulmate somewhere out there, is it not difficult to maintain the love and affection you have for that person in a healthy, organic way, honest way, while also knowing that there's still that other person out there that makes you feel that way and quite frankly beyond? And I mean, is that really fair to the person that you're currently with? These are the type of questions and stuff that I have on my mind when I think about some of this stuff, man. Because I'm telling you, at least for me, I'd be trying to move hell and high water. And if it couldn't be, then it couldn't be. In my mind, if I can't make it work, then I don't know that my argument is still as solid for that person being my soulmate. I mean, if it's just based off a feeling that you have for somebody, you would have to probably live close. You'd probably have to live damn near till you die to know for sure that you would always maintain that feeling for that person. It sounds good right now, but how do you know you'll still have those same soulmate feelings 10 years from now? Is there not any way that they can transfer to somebody else? Someone said in the chat earlier that you can have multiple soulmates. Hey, twin. It's the same as running from trauma and not resolving issues. Also, people die. Some shoes can never be filled. Whew. Yeah. I think that soulmates can exist. Either has experiences or lessons in life and love. I don't want to get y'all in trouble. So I'm not going to directly ask the question, but I am going to put it out in the atmosphere. I'm just going to say that for those of my folks in the that are enjoying this live stream right now, if you're currently talking to someone, and they are not your soulmate, I wish you the best in whatever your endeavors. I hope that whoever you truly love and be with ends up being your soulmate, because most people have very fantastical ideas about their own definition of soulmate, and they all sound like really good to them. So, like, to me, that sounds like the highest honor anybody could have. I hope that if you're not with that person right now, that eventually, however it happens, that you end up with that person. I hope. Because I just feel like there would probably come a point where either those feelings would fade away for that person, or that person, to some way, shape, or form, would disappear, which is practically the same thing. Kiara said, what if you met at the wrong time, like the wrong season point in your life? How do you know that? Like, that's my, like, how do we prove that? And how do we know for sure that feeling, what that we're feeling, is definitely that and not something else? Like, how do you discern soulmate from like some of these other types of connections that are lesser? How you discern that? I don't know what the wrong time means neither. Like, I don't know what that means, just for the simple fact that I feel like in order for you to know that it was the wrong time, you basically have to spin the block. Like, that part has to happen. Otherwise, it probably wasn't the wrong time. It probably just was never meant to be. I mean, at least that's how I look at it. Y'all, we got 11 people in here. I need some of y'all to share y'all thoughts, man. I know y'all got thoughts about this topic. I know the ladies got thoughts about this topic. And some of the fellas, y'all can be honest. This is a safe space. Even if I don't agree with your opinion, this is a safe space. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. For those of y'all who are just joining us, we are talking about the concept of soulmates. Do you have a soulmate? Do you believe in the concept of soulmates? Is there any way that people can get to truly be with their soulmates? You know, Twin said multiple personalities and multiple feelings, but it's up to the people involved. Man, that's why I'm just like, man, y'all sure these soulmates are not fatal attractions? Are y'all sure? Are y'all definitely sure? I need y'all to really psychoanalyze this, man. Because I've also heard people use terms for soulmates for people that were no good for them. And the no good part is why it never worked out. The no good part is why it didn't work out and it just remained where it was at. Because a lot of people still have love for people after breakups and all of those other kind of things. Twin said no. Like, if you met but didn't work out at that time and then later in life meet up again only to have completely grown as a person and have stronger than ever bond. Right. In my mind, that's spinning the block, right? And I guess where I'm at is that part. The only way we know if it's the wrong time is if you do meet up again. But if you don't, what does it matter? What does it matter that is that person is your soulmate? Like why does it matter that you feel this connection to somebody that you still have this distance, that you still have this disconnect with? It's like it's kind of like half. I don't know. To me, it's kind of like half-ass. Like there's a lot there, but there's still something missing. And if you don't have multiple soulmates, for those of y'all who don't, how do you maintain, you know, I said this earlier, but how do you maintain having a healthy and organic relationship of true love if you're not with the soulmate and you're with someone else. No, but see, here's the thing though. Here's the thing though about that though. Cause I don't think there's people in the chat right now, right? That I'm sure would feel like they've been in true love or are in love right now. But even with that, right? Don't believe in the concept of soulmates. So I might just happen to be, I'm just one random. There's plenty of people who don't believe in soulmates that have been in love or are currently in love. So let's say Mr. Life 808. I hope I'm reading that right, bro. What if your soulmate was a transgender female who identifies as a horse? Bruh. I guess you. Hey. I appreciate that humor. I really do. You wilding for that. You're wilding for that. I don't know to that question, sir. I'm not interested in I'm only interested in natural born females. I think the political correct term is cisgender women. I think that's the correct term. If it's not, somebody correct me. But yeah, I don't know what a person does in that situation. How do you even get to the point that you meet that person? But let me quit playing with you on that one. What is meant to be, let me see if I can get back to that. Kiki. Now let me get back to your comment. They ghetto for that. New question. How much does maturity and understanding of self and life factor in solidifying a soulmate connection? Yes. Like, how do you, does anybody have any suggestions? That's a great question, Nero. That's a good question. Keontae says a mix of spiritual and chemical bonds. 808, LOL. Kara, I found a good introduction read to spiritual strongholds. Keontae, wild. Become a stable man. I know, right? The link didn't post. Dang. Okay, that's okay. If you could just put like the title of it and maybe who the author is, that'll suffice. Google's y'all friend, after all. Google is y'all friend. Let me get that off of there. But yeah, man, it's just like, I think that there it is. There we go. Kiara, was meant to be, I feel, will return again after being let go. If not, it's what you said, and it's just a connection. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying right there. Because I could totally understand, like, somebody logically coming to the conclusion, like, this is my soulmate because, this didn't work out, but naturally this came back into my life. I can understand a person genuinely feeling that way if you do get that opportunity. But if you don't, at one point, do you ask yourself, is that what this really was? Like, how do you discern that it's definitely a soulmate, not something else or something lesser? And I mean, come on, like, how many of us are completely stopping everything we're doing for our soulmate if we're not with them? Nobody. You still got to live your life. You're still going to meet other people and harbor other connections with folk. You mean to tell me that connection is always and forever going to be tied to that person, regardless of whether you ever be with them again or not, while also you're still going to date and meet other people and possibly, get in relationships and even marry other people and still maintain this soulmate connection over here? I put it on the Facebook page. Shout out to you. I appreciate that. Y'all, Glad you said that. Segue. We do have a Facebook community. Join us on Facebook. The Black and Minute Podcast. I believe I have the, if you're on YouTube, the link to the group is at the top. You can also find the group through my personal Instagram at the DarksKing Poet or Nero's Instagram at Nero112. I don't know why 112 is on the end of his name. I told him to change it. He was on some peaches and cream shit then. Leave him alone. Anyway, we also have a Twitch as well. Some people are coming from Twitch as well. Shout out to the Twitch folk. We got 11 people in this stream. I am really appreciative of that, y'all. I appreciate the fact that y'all chose to tune in tonight. I ain't gonna keep y'all too late, but I do definitely appreciate some of the comments and stuff like that. You know, this conversation will be revisited at a time where hopefully we can sit at a round table and talk to people in person like real human beings. Unfortunately, COVID decided that it wanted to put on a new dress, and now it's running amok slowly but surely again. So that ultimately, for the sake of safety, has delayed that element of what's gonna be future developments for Black in a Minute. But nonetheless, that's why we have this platform. That's why we have the live streams. That's why we have the audio pod. That's why we got the Facebook. We're thinking about doing Discord as well. Right. Nobody. Keith Sweat with him, Kiki. I'm late to the party, was working out. Shit, I was listening, but couldn't chime in. Are you good, bro? You good. You know that. Yes, sir. Oh, cheating hef. Man, hey. Man, because look, in that story I told y'all, of course, I didn't have everything, but even based off anecdotally what you heard from me, did that not sound like somebody cheating on somebody that they was with for a soulmate? Now, we might not know the inner details of what the status of that current relationship was, but shit, I'm sure if most of y'all had the opportunity to be with y'all soulmate, if they are soulmate, it would probably be easier for you to justify leaving your significant other. Because soulmate and significant other definitely don't sound like they weigh the same in most people's minds. I'm just saying. Some people probably be getting snatched up by their soulmates when the time is right from the people that they were in relationships with. If it's your soulmate, though, you probably don't give a fuck. Somebody gonna tell the truth one day when this podcast has 1 million people and we talking about some of these discussions. Because some of y'all probably willing to risk it all for that soulmate. If the shoe fit, wear it. I ain't talking about nobody in particular. I don't know y'all like that. A little bit. Referring to the vid. Right? But yeah, man, you know, people getting taken once the other party put in the work to build that. Yes, because we know it happens, y'all. Spinning the block. Come on now. You know motherfuckers be thinking like, and yes, I got a filthy mouth. I know. You know, this is a grown folks conversation, though. All of this stuff is flagged for mature audiences, by the way, for anybody wondering. But yeah, you know, mugs like, you know what? This my soulmate. All my soulmate got to do is come around. They don't say it like that. All I'm doing, some people just be having placeholders. I'm literally waiting for you to fuck up because my soulmate right across the street. Looking pretty good today. Tell me I'm lying. Shit. Come on now. Shit. Man. Nero said, COVID out here changing the rules of the game. Nah, I got Nick. Lust is different. Right? Some of these people do be in lust, though. Some of these people do be having obsessions. Some of these people do be having crushes. You can have mutual lust, damn it. Now, crushes and obsessions, not as much. Crushes, yeah. Obsessions, probably not. But you can have mutual lust for a person. Shit. Y'all can want a freak. And it be that. You just be hot and bothered. Plenty of people in this world confused. If many of us still trying to figure this out, I low-key can make that argument. Your ass just confused. Shoot. Oh, you're doing good now. What's up? LOL. Thank y'all. If you're just now tuning in, we talking about the concept of soulmates and low-key soul ties. I wish I would have originally included that in the title, but I wasn't thinking about the soul tie portion of it. Because it's basically becoming like the new age equivalent. Shoot. Some of y'all be having faithful attractions and you don't even know it. That's what I said. But shoot, man. You know, I will say, like I said earlier, if you have a healthy connection like that with a person and you are, and you know, you out here dating and stuff, just make sure that you're being considerate and respectful of the people y'all are dealing with. Because, yeah, there are some people definitely using folks as placeholders for their soulmates. And hell, let's be real. How many of y'all have been in relationships where people have disclosed to you that information? Don't worry, I'll wait. Oh, what information might you ask? The fact that they do have a soulmate. How many of y'all is that a safe conversation to have in y'all households with the people that you're currently with, if you believe in that sort of thing? Some of y'all probably gonna say, well, that ain't none of their business. I mean, shit, I would like to know if I had some competition low-key that I might not amount to for some other strange reason, even though I'm being a good person to you. It's just a thought. Carver said, me. Shoot. Man. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in to the pod. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the modern day equivalent, because you could have a toxic soul tie with somebody. Can you not have a toxic soulmate? My tree has lots of branches. I feel that. I hear you. Good first date question, but asked by those who haven't found theirs. I guess what I'm saying is, though, is like, do you feel that information should ever be disclosed? And you and Nick are going to stop trying to autocorrect me, sir. I said what I said. That was a question. Nobody correcting you. I said, can you not have a toxic soulmate, miss? What's the topic I've just joined? The topic is the concept of soulmates. Do you believe they exist? Do you have one? It's important to have those conversations. Hopefully the other person is confident. When you read it, you autocorrect. I ain't correct nothing. I just asked the question in response to it. I said what you wrote. What you talking about? Hey. You know what? It's a habit. No, don't do that. What you doing? You supposed to be on my side. Where was you at when they was jumping me? Nero, Angelo. Stay on cold. Ain't no more water in there, y'all. I'm just sipping on the ice sweat. Yes, I believe we have multiple, but doesn't mean they're meant to be in your life forever. I believe they're meant to teach lessons. Okay, lessons in what? Lessons in what? That's important. I am, bro. You'd have to outshine and outlast them every day. Bruh. Thank you, Nick. I guess speaking about emotion connections with others as important as talking about how many people you lay with. Man, do you know how many people will not have a conversation about body counts? You know how many people don't feel it's none of their business and or don't care? People are not having them conversations nowadays. You know that. Most people. I can't speak for myself. I'm a pretty transparent person with stuff I don't feel is that important. A lot of stuff I just don't feel. Stuff like body count, I don't really care about that. That means nothing to me, really. In terms of my body count, I don't really think too much about another person's body count either. It's kind of one of those things where, if you feel the need to tell me, cool. All I need to know is if you got any STDs or any problematic people in your past that could seep into my future. That's all I care about. Lessons on yourself, for example, patience, balance. So you don't necessarily view them as like an almost one-to-one love companion. Can a friend become a soulmate? Not can a soulmate become a friend. It's important I reiterate that. Can a friend become a soulmate? People be scared to give up that count. I swear they hold it to their chest. Once you get past your 20s, it's kind of a moot point. We all been out here engaging in trial and error, LB, right? Body count gets gross fast. Yeah, I don't care. Over 9,000. High body count equals hopefully educated in the field. Are you talking about in the sake of sexual experience? Because, we do live in a culture that encourages men to have high body counts. And in my personal opinion, that's primarily what it seems to be for. That and procreation. Because there's no classes that actually teach you how to fuck. And porn is a poor substitute for that, because that ain't that. So, in society, that's definitely the way people view it for men. Because typically speaking, men that are better in bed tend to have had more partners. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You lucky. You're very lucky if you haven't had few partners, if you haven't had that many partners as a man, and you're undoubtedly great in bed. But also, though, even when I say that out loud, I'm just like, yeah, you probably still not, just because of that factor. A vagina isn't a vagina and pleasing a woman isn't simple. Just isn't. And each woman is different. So there's that part too. Okay. That can sometimes be a false equivalency. Yeah. Hey, the music in the background that is playing is all by my brother, one half of Black in a Minute, Nero, Angelo. If you want to hear this music, please tell this man in the chat to put a link in the chat, so I don't have to do it in the description later. Wait, what I missed? I had to take a phone call. Yeah, but 25 plus. Hey, listen, Marie, we kind of took a little side turn and we talked about body count for a little bit. And, you know, nothing too crazy. A little bit about general love. You know, most people are saying that, some people are saying soulmates are there to teach a lesson. Most people who believe in soulmates do believe that you're not necessarily entitled to have that person come back into your life. But you can definitely probably view and or verify it to be a soulmate if they spin the block. And it's something that is generally a healthy connection that was harbored there. I guess when I hear that also, it makes me think about, you know, like I said earlier, the one that got away, the one that y'all might not have never really dated, or some extreme circumstance that had nothing to do with like cheating or any of these other traditional toxic dynamics caused the end of it. I do. Some people are, hey, twin, you go in there. Some people are whores. If you got a count of like 10 and 9 of them are one-offs where no words were said, you could easily be just above trash and never know it. Woo! Fair point. Quality over quantity. Slowly walks out the room. Slut life, bruh. That and different people have different preferences. You usually have to mold your approach or technique to their liking. You got to learn people. That's right. If you truly care about people, like if we even gonna talk about, like, if we're gonna even have a side conversation about sex, y'all, you got to get to know people in that regard too. And that's not just on the men, it's on the women too. And y'all got to speak up. Everybody got to speak up. Everybody got to speak up. If that means you ain't getting no cooch, if that means somebody gonna be mad, so be it. As long as you ain't just being inherently disrespectful, it don't hurt to be honest with people. When it comes to what you like, what you don't like, it don't hurt. It does not hurt. And honestly, if you're dealing with a person that tries to make you feel bad for that, exit. Stage left. How whores get into this. Because we talking about sex and body count. That's how. Sometimes, hey, shoot. Oh man, 15? Why ain't nobody telling me we had 15 people up in here? How y'all doing? What's power? What's going on with y'all? Y'all better be liking that video. We need some likes. Come on. If you have any questions or concerns regarding sex, my ears are open. Get me started. Hey, look. Hey, hold on now, y'all. Hold up. Hey, I need to get a whistle and I need to get my stream deck, because that deserved a whistle. Look, I'm just saying in general, actual sex conversation, for the record, on Black in a Minute, we doing that shit as a round table. I want to have an equal number. I want to have an equal ratio of men to women. We're going to talk about sex. We're going to talk about all of it. The good, the bad. Why not? And I'm more so talking about the act of it, and that, than anything else. Not, not necessarily talking about gender or any of that kind of stuff. I know it's too much for this type of format. Too much for this type of format for sure. For sure. I ain't got time to read y'all comments regarding too much regarding sex. Y'all done got me kicked off of here. Shoot. I'll come back though. They might not cancel me right now because we ain't making a lot of money. We still in our infancy, y'all. So, if it's gonna be controversial-ish said, it need to be said now. Because they don't give a damn right now. They can't see Black in a Minute is only visible to y'all, the day ones, the people who care about this. And shout out to y'all. at this point. But the point, we trying to be international, baby. Sure, trying to tour. I want to be able to bring this out to cities where me and my boy Nero can travel, do some pop-up shows. Shoot, I think that would be dope. Kind of like the 85 South show and some of these other shows. Shoot. Let me get in one of these colleges real quick. They're going to send me packing. Get out of here. To bring it back to topic, too many people think they have soulmates after they've had some type of intimacy with another person. I like how you came back and circled back around to it. I respect that. And you came back with a very good comment, Cara. I'm just saying also, when I say, because I don't completely disbelieve in soulmates, I just disbelieve in some of the rhetoric I hear. I feel like some of this shit sound like bullshit to me. And I think it's to be questioned, just like anything in life. I don't question everything, of course, but I think when we talk about feelings and emotions, we definitely have to be thorough. Because emotions are how your mind in the wrong place too, man. Even when you think it's right. We might get banned from campus. We might, man. USI, we have to start at USI. U of E probably ain't letting nobody through the building. They gonna see these dreadlocks and be like, you can come in. I don't know about that big guy there. I'll be like, shit, we'll do the show outside. Give me a megaphone. That's all I need. But I think that's a great point, Cara. You know, I think especially while we're not directly involved with these people, before the spinning of the block happens, that probably will reinforce your soulmate feelings and stuff. We should definitely psychoanalyze these feelings. For sure. I think any true, deep, intense feeling for something or someone deserves to be examined. Period. But once again, y'all, thank y'all for joining us for what has been the Black in a Minute podcast. You know, thank you for all the comments and opinions. I hope I was able to see everything. The way we got it set up is that it shows, all the chats. Most of y'all are tuning in from YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube community. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed and you haven't been convinced by this video or any other video, something's definitely wrong with you. No, I'm kidding. But for real though, definitely like, comment, share, subscribe to the Black in a Minute podcast. We also do an audio podcast as well. That's around 30 minutes for the people who ain't got time for that. If you want to listen while you're in the car, while you're working out, while you're juggling two babies, while you're drinking soy milk, whatever the case may be, while you got the Douce in your hand, whatever your poison, we have multiple avenues. We're thinking about doing Discord. We're thinking about it. We want to open the community beyond our Facebook community, because I know everybody don't have Facebook, as well as just the fact that everybody don't particularly care for Facebook, especially in this day and age. I'm very aware of that. And we're working to make this more universal for y'all. I'm waiting on YouTube to implement such a feature. I know it's coming. I'm surprised they don't have no Clubhouse feature or anything like that yet. I'm surprised. Thanks, family. Appreciate you. Feelings tempered with logic and practicality. Yes, realistic. Because I'm going to tell y'all something, especially for the millennial day and age, specifically the 90s babies onward. Okay? A lot of us grew up with the Disney narratives. And it matters. I'm not trying to say all of y'all were brainwashed by that. But at the very least, most of us, it did have an effect on us. And some of us had to experience heartbreak for us to realize that some of these concepts were not only convoluted, but that they didn't really give us a realistic view of how so many different dynamics play out. Prince Charming could exist. He's not every guy. It's not enough to just be the guy with the money or the guy with the good looks. If you want something solid, if you want something whole, it's not enough to be the pretty girl or the damsel in distress. And you shouldn't even want to be reduced to something as simple as those things. So that's something to think about as well. What are all the factors that we considering, whether we're choosing to or falling naturally, however you think about it, in love with people? What are the things? What are the things that make us have these feelings for people? Are they healthy? Are they mutual? Are they completely without question? These are just some of the things I want you guys to think about and take away from this conversation. Facts. Every happy ending isn't going to end with a good man, nice home, and an animal as a sidekick. Exactly, man. Exactly. That is one thing I will say, that in a sense, these kids that are growing up in the late 2010s and the 2020s, that those are parts of culture that they won't necessarily immediately identify with because it's after their time, excuse me. You know, there's not an influx of huge animated cartoon movies for these young kids. A lot of stuff is being sequeled, and not all of it is kid-friendly material. So what are the things that your children are watching and growing up on that's affecting how they view society, especially when it comes to connections of love and even hate? What are they being subjugated to? Do you monitor what they watch and regulate? And if you are, good. If you're not, you might want to. You might want to. With that being said, y'all, to the people that have soulmates, shout out to y'all. To the people that don't, shout out to y'all as well. At the end of the day, regardless of whether you have a soulmate, looking for one, whatever the case may be, most of us want to be with somebody. And I personally do believe that there's somebody for everybody. You just got to get in where you fit in. I promise there's somebody probably fit for you. That might require you jumping out there and taking a peek. But that's life. Life is a journey. Life is to be experienced. You never know if you don't try. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely check out our website. We have merchandise on there now, and we're still looking for quality feedback so we can know if we need to improve on anything as far as delivery, as far as quality. We want to know. We need your opinions. Please help us out. Check out our merch site. Check it out. Oh, Nick's Nero said here, unfortunately, acceptability politics may help to encourage a more altered and less practical view of soul ties and their value. Yeah. Upbringing is important, y'all. I hope if you weren't in a two-parent household growing up, and or if you didn't see great examples of love and reciprocity, that you are experiencing and leading by example for the people that are around you, whether that be your kids, other family members, friends, strangers, etc. Be the change you want to see if you're not already living that life. That's how we start to change the minds and mold people in a more positive and fruitful direction that leads to prosperity. Some of us come from, broken homes and situations to where it's not as clearly defined for us what these things look like. And that's okay. That's okay, because it's reality. But it doesn't have to be your reality forever. And it doesn't ultimately define who you are nor who you're going to be. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning into the podcast. For those of y'all who do not know me, I go by the DarksKing Poet. This was the Concepts of Soulmates. Nero Angelo will be back next week, as well as the audio pod. For those of y'all who like listening in your ears and not watching on the TV or the phone. Thank you once again for everybody who tuned in tonight. We had a great outpouring. I appreciate all the comments received tonight. I appreciate how constructive the conversation was. We need more of this. And as long as Black in a Minute exists, we will always be pushing the envelope on what should be talked about in today's modern culture. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good Thursday evening. Peace, power.